Alright guys, I'm going to do two additional examples for solving using elimination. These are some more of the more advanced, difficult type examples. Okay, so remember you have to have same coefficient, opposite signs. So if we're looking at this first example here, we have 9x minus 2y is equal to negative 11, and negative 3x minus 5y is equal to negative 2. You need opposite signs, same coefficients. Now if we look at the y's, they do not have opposite signs, which doesn't always matter. But you want to see which is going to be easier for you to get the same coefficient. I cannot multiply 2 by anything to get 5, or 5 by anything to get 2. Any whole number. I mean, I can multiply them by fractions, right? But we all know you hate fractions. So the y's are going to be no bueno. So we're going to move over here to the x's. They are opposite signs, so that's a good start. I can't multiply 9 by any whole number. That's going to give me 3, but 3 is a factor of 9, which means I can multiply 3 by some number to get 9. What number is that? 3. Okay, I can multiply 3 by 3, which gives me 9. So that's what I'm going to multiply the whole equation by. I'm going to multiply the whole thing by 3. Don't forget you need to distribute. So we're going to distribute to every single term that's in here. This is where you guys make the most mistakes. A lot of times you'll forget to multiply this one. If you put the 3 over here, you'll forget to multiply this constant over here. So just make sure that you do it all 3 times. So 3 times negative 2 is negative 6. 3 times negative 5 is negative 15. And 3 times negative 3 is negative 9x. Okay, I'm going to cross this one out so you don't get confused. And I'm just going to rewrite the first one down here at the bottom. 9x minus 2y is equal to negative 11. So now we're going to go ahead and solve. So this was step 1. Step 2 is we're going to combine it. Negative 9x plus 9x is 0. Negative 15 minus 2 is negative 17y. Negative 6 minus 11 is negative 17. Solve for y by dividing each side by 17. That's going to be step 3. If you're confused as to where these steps are coming from, it's from like the original video. Okay. So y is equal to positive 1. Negative divided by negative is positive. We're not done. We need to solve for x. We're going to plug this into one of the original equations. It doesn't matter which one. I'm just going to use the first one. 9x minus 2 times y is equal to negative 11. That's 1. 9x minus 2 is equal to negative 1 plus 2 on each side. 9x, oops, sorry guys. 9x, so we added 2 to each side, is equal to positive 1. I'm going to come up here. 9x is equal to 1. Divided by 9 on each side, and I'm pretty sure I did something wrong here. Let's see. So x is equal to 1 over 9. Now you might get fractions, but I shouldn't. So let's see. Let's check our work. I multiplied this by 3. So 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times 5 is 15. 3 times 2 is 6. 9 to 11. That cancels. 15 minus 2, 17. 6 minus 1. Okay. So, oh, this is 11. Okay, so 11 plus 2, negative 11 plus 2 is negative 9. Okay, so let's come over here. 9x is equal to negative 9. Divide each side by 9. X is equal to negative 1. Okay, so I am saying that the solution to this system is the point negative 1, positive 1. As always, we need to check, that's not how you spell check, check your work. Okay, by plugging in your solution. Negative 1, 1, 9 times negative 1 is negative 9. Negative 2 times 1 is negative 2. Negative 9 minus 2 is negative 11. Okay, true statement. So we'll do it with the second one. Negative 3x minus 5y is equal to negative 2. Plug in your values. Negative 3 times negative 1 is 3. Negative 5 times 1 is negative 5. 3 minus 5 is negative 2. So we are correct. And this is, in fact, the solution to the system. I have one more example for you. Okay, this is the more difficult one where you're going to have to multiply both equations. Now, my x's opposite signs, so that's a good start. However, they're not, one is not a factor of the other one, sorry. We can't multiply anything there. Same thing here. These are the same sign, 5 and 4, you're going to have to end up multiplying them together. So I'm just going to choose the x's here just because they're opposite signs, and so it's going to be one less step that I have to do. Now, again, you can try to figure out, what the least common multiple is for these, or you can just multiply them together, which is the easiest thing to do. So that's what I would recommend. So I'm going to multiply the top one by 9 because it's this coefficient here, and I'm going to multiply the bottom one by negative 5, which is the coefficient right here. So then we're going to go ahead and distribute those terms. So 9 times negative 25 times negative 5 times negative 5. So I'm just going to rewrite them over here. Okay, so 9 times negative 5 is negative 45x. 9 times negative 5 is negative 45y. And 9 times negative 25 is negative 225. Okay, same thing for the bottom. You're going to have to distribute that negative 5 to each of those terms. 9 times negative 5 is negative 45x. Oh, what happened here? I lied. Guys, this is going to be a positive. Okay, so that's going to be positive 45x. 5 times negative 4 is going to give you a negative 20y, and then 5 times 7 is negative 35. Okay, and then you're going to go ahead and combine those two terms. Okay, so now that we have our two new equations, we're going to go ahead and combine them straight down. So negative 45 plus 45 cancels out. Now, if you're confused where this came from, in the beginning I had originally said multiply this by negative 5, which was incorrect. We're going to multiply it by a positive 5 because they are already opposite signs. A negative 5 here would give me a negative, which would not allow me to cancel this out. Okay, so if you're a little confused, that's why that happened. Okay, so negative 45 minus 20 is negative 65y. And negative 225 minus 35 is going to give you negative 260. We're going to divide both sides by negative 65. Let's see what happens. And 4. Okay, so we get a nice number there. So y is equal to 4. We don't have x, so we need to solve for it. And we're going to plug it into one of the original equations. I'm just going to use the first one. Negative 5x minus 5 times y is equal to negative 25. Negative 5x minus 20 is equal to negative 25. Go ahead and solve for x on each side. Negative 5x is equal to negative 5. Divide by negative 5 on both sides. X is equal to positive 1. Negative, negative, positive. Okay? So we are claiming that the solution to the system is the 0.14. And we're going to go ahead and check our work. That is so important, guys. Always check your work. So negative 5 times x minus 5 times y is equal to negative 25. Negative 5 minus 20 is equal to negative 25. That's going to be true. Okay, so then the second one, 9 times x minus 4 times y is equal to negative 7. 9 minus 16 equals negative 7. Also true. Okay, so if they're both true, we know that we did it correctly and that we have solved this system. That's it for the examples that I have. If you still need help, look up some videos or YouTube, send me a reminder, come in and see me.